Hey, welcome back. It's the Thursday edition of Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. I'm John Tobacco. We're coming to you live from the Question Tequila Studios, as we do every single day, noon to 2 Eastern. And joining us today is another one of my favorites. He's been on many times before. It's Mike Mikhail from Stratton Equities. Mike's a powerful motivational speaker. He's also one of the finest mortgage brokers around. And Mike doesn't do your standard everyday mortgage, go to the bank. They do collateral loans where people come in. There's a much shorter underwriting process. So correct me or keep me honest here. If you got collateral, you put it up. These guys can tell you, in some instances, in 72 hours, if they have money for you. And Mike, interest rates are down at the bank, so more people are probably going the traditional route. But over the last few years, there's been, ups and downs in the fix and flip market.
Correct.
What's happening in that sector right now, where people buy these homes, they're distressed, they fix them up a little bit, and they try to flip them back out?
Well, I mean, it's helped the economy tremendously because after, obviously, the crash, you had a lot of properties and a lot of areas that were just distressed properties that were foreclosed upon. So it helped a lot with the recovery in the past X amount of years to allow investors to buy these properties, rehab them, flip them for profit, and, of course, clean up the areas in the meantime as well.
So, is business with rates down, and Donald Trump keeps leaning on the Federal Reserve Chairman to lower them even more, which I would think gives people more access to traditional loans. Is business better or worse for you in this environment?
Our rates don't fluctuate at all the way prime rates or QM loans, qualified mortgages do at all. So if you look at qualified mortgages, every day you get into the office, you look at prime and you see where rates are going up and down. Ours can stay the same for over a year. So our rates just don't fluctuate the same.
Michael, tell me, I understand that the investment properties and kind of fix and flip properties have been on the rise for quite some time now. What do you attribute that to, and do you see that growth continuing?
Well, a big thing that's happening now, actually, in the 5 boroughs is
of New York City.
Certain politicians are trying to pass a 20% tax if you buy a property and sell it, because generally when you do fix and flip, you're buying and selling within 6 months to a year. So they want to pass a 20% tax that if you buy and sell a property within 2 years, you'll be taxed 20%. So if that passes, it's completely going to kill the fix and flip market for the 5 boroughs.
Wow.
Because that's your margin.
So what's driven the rise in investment property the last few years? Is it just because the economy has improved?
Access to capital. Because private money loans are completely out of traditionally bank financing. That money generally is structured and comes from certain hedge funds that then give it to companies like ours to lend it out. So with all the extra access to capital, investors and hedge funds are getting a higher return from fix and flips. So that's why you're seeing a big rise in fix and flip programs.
Now, your company, Stratton Equities, is on a hiring spree like I've never seen before.
Yeah, we are.
What's going on? Did money burn a hole in your pocket?
Oh, we're growing at an astronomical rate. This next week we're down in Triple Play, Atlantic City, which is the biggest real estate convention on the East Coast with about 10,000 people. So we have a booth there, booth 382, I believe. So just come back down and check us out. We are doing a lot for hiring to keep up with the demand. We have a happy problem where we literally can't keep up with the business that we have on a day-to-day basis.
Wow.
Well, it sounds like you're making a significant amount of dough, and you have congrats. God bless you. I mean, everything. But the last time you came, you brought us cigars. They always bring us a little gift, and I see today you're empty-handed.
I'm never empty-handed, John.
You're not?
Never empty-handed. Oh. So you invited me to the Christmas party. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it.
You missed the Christmas party.
I'm sorry. So I got you a cigar ornament.
Love it. Ornament. All right. Well, here.
I don't know where that's been.
Jonathan Bell's over there. He's thinking of from smoking in the workplace. He's looking for somebody to be a plaintiff and sue me. But no, it's a fake cigar. Everyone at home. I'm gonna, if you don't mind, tune in on Saturday at 5 p.m. to see all the great things that were happening all this week on Liquid Lunch. The best shots of Liquid Lunch is on at 5 p.m. on Saturdays. But also a whole bunch of the fun and shenanigans that was going on at the grand opening party of the Liquid Lunch Studios. And it's like illegal on the left-wing media to say Merry Christmas. So we take it one step further here on Newsmax TV and Liquid Lunch. We have an actual Christmas tree. Yes, he said it. Did he say Christmas tree? Okay, we have a Christmas tree. It's going to be here through January 6th. And we asked all our friends of the show and guests to bring an ornament at all times. Does that look good, Kyle? Is that viewable right there?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, let me see when I sit
And
down.
it's near the ornament of my face,
No,
so it
I'm
almost looks like
blocking
I'm
it.
smoking.
No. Okay, so let's put it. Yeah, let's put it right on top of Frankie's head.
There you go.
That should do us good. The cigar is in effect. Is that good?
Looks good.
Perfect.
I like
Perfect.
it there. Okay, now we have the cigar. I'm going to try to not block it with my head. So, any other good things going on in the money markets? You know, we have on Tom Coughlin every so often. He's the CEO of Bayonne Community Bank. He tells me the banks are kind of ticked off when Fed keeps lowering rates because it's killing their spreads, and they're making less and less money as they keep lowering the Federal Reserve rate. This doesn't really have an effect.
It's the
on you
exact
guys.
opposite for us. It increases our business.
It does.
Yeah.
So for those of you watching at home, if you don't understand that, if that sounds a little crazy, that lower interest rates at a bank would increase a collateral lender's business, the banks have less and less incentive to take risk and lend to regular people like me and you when the rates go down and the spreads go down. They say, nah, screw it, we'll just leave it on reserve and we'll get paid from the Federal Reserve Bank. So they don't lend to regular people. And these are the times when people come to you, hey, I've been at the bank in the underwriting process for 3 months and I haven't got a nickel out of them yet. You get the paperwork, hey, you got some collateral, you got some equity here. Many cases, right? 72 hours you can get people money.
We have a lot of programs that close within 7 to 10 business days, from start to finish in 7 to 10 days.
Well, I'm saying 72 hours, but I'm saying usually in about 3 business days
72 hours
you can
is
tell
for,
people.
is for an approval,
Right.
but to actually close,
10 days.
7 to 10 business days.
Worst case, if you got some collateral, it has nothing to do with credit. These are equity loans, right?
No, we do both. We do
Both.
Both that, I mean, for a higher loan to value, you're gonna look at FICO. If you're going to a lower loan to value, obviously you're gonna go to a lower, then there's no FICO.
Let me ask you this one last question. Donald Trump just passed some legislation where people can take their score off of the credit scoring agencies, right? You can take it off. You can lock your credit score. Does that hurt you guys, or you just got to get an approval from them to let you
We
in?
haven't gotten that far yet with our underwriting, so that's going to change our underwriting process. You know, because again, we are credit based, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect us, but we'll see soon.
All right. Well, we'll keep you posted. Mike, thank you so much.
John,
Michael
thanks,
Mikhail didn't make the party, but he brought us a cigar ornament, and that's all that matters. We would have loved to party with you a little bit. We'll do it another time. We'll have Mike back and talk about the effects of interest rates and what's happening with your credit score and your information related to your credit score. And we're going to take a quick break. Frank and I will be back right after this.